The last few months have contained some of the most rewarding, exhausting, and also stressful times of my life in recent years. And while it's all unexpected, I welcome the shift because of the impact it will have on the content that I'm creating. As the profile of this channel continues to rise, I want to document how I'm moving through the world of brands, opinions, and YouTube review culture. Over the last month, I've been approached by a few brands who asked to collaborate. And both opportunities were requests that I turned down. In one instance, I was asked to review a turntable where the company was insistent on maintaining editorial control and even asked to be assigned any legal or financial interests that I had in the resulting video. Now, I obviously can't do that because not only would that violate my principles as a content creator, but it would create an ongoing legal entanglement between me and a company whose business practices are deceptive, even if the product itself was top of the class. In a second instance, I had to ask a brand to take down a piece of heavily edited content that they had taken from my channel, in which they modified the dialogue to make it sound as if I was praising their product by name, rather than instead discussing a different item from my studio. Notably, this was also labeled as a collaboration, which I find interesting because while they did ask to use the video, they violated every permission that I granted them. And while I won't name the company here, I still think that I gave the acoustic treatment in this room more than enough credit in the original video. In the spirit of transparency, I want to be clear about the definition of the term collaboration, especially as it pertains to the work on this channel, what it is, what it isn't, and why you can trust my opinion when I offer a review of a product or experience. And at the risk of too many ground rules, here are a few principles that I abide every time a piece of gear or featured experience appears on my channel, regardless of how it came into my field of view. I will never take any money for a review or allow a vendor to influence my creative output. If the goal of an article or video is to influence your purchasing decisions or to provide additional context which might help you in making a wise purchase or avoiding a foolish one, you can always expect the disclaimer that no money changed hands, that I retained full editorial control, and that the product is either being returned or passed along to another creator nearby. Now, in the case of the turntable that I mentioned earlier, the manufacturer specifically asked for the product not to be returned. I originally interpreted this as attempting to reduce shipping costs or waste, but quickly discovered that it was so they could ask for additional features in case the original video didn't meet their expectations. Now, this realization, of course, meant that I couldn't proceed and was subsequently removed from their list of audio influencers. But it didn't matter to me. My advice to you has been to always buy the best items that you can afford and keep them as long as possible, which is the reason that I would rather recommend a model from the American turntable manufacturer, U-Turn Audio. This Orbit Custom was given to me as a gift several years ago. It sits in my studio, is used almost daily, and continues to work without fail. By now, I have disassembled it for transport, replaced the cartridge, rebalanced the tone arm, and it's become more than just a turntable. It's my turntable. It's a tool that I've earned the right to possess through years of use and careful maintenance. And I can't think of a better recommendation than that. Now, neither of these scenarios are what I would describe as collaborative. A collaboration, in order to be sustained, requires ongoing creative input from all parties, with the principal goal being to create something better than the sum of all perspectives. In both cases, all of the creative input would have resulted from my involvement in the project, and both parties assumed licenses that I was unwilling to or simply could not grant to them. With that in the context, if you're an artist looking to collaborate, I will ask what you intend to bring to the table. As a brand, I'm assuming that you're bringing design sensibilities that are already fixed, and my opportunity is to best describe how it might fit into the lives of my viewers. Now, while my goal is to always give you the most accurate, comprehensive report possible, it's also true that not every product, service, or experience will find a home on this channel. As a human being, the context that I use as a reviewer is the sum of my tastes and personal journeys. And it's a very real possibility that some product or service will not fit in that frame. However, within those scenarios, I believe there are a few arenas where my taste and perspective can be helpful. Specifically, creative tools focusing on audio-visual art forms, outdoor sports, travel, conservation, and consumer technology that aims to offer a higher standard of design acumen when compared to similar products. These are the types of products that I want to review because they play a role in our lives rather than attempting to take over all of our waking hours entirely. I'm looking for tools that help us get the job done rather than change who we are. Once again, thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment below with your own perspective. Like and subscribe for the algorithm's benefit. And of course, for your own benefit. I hope you always stay curious.